Welcome everyone to Clarity 16.4.1 Feature Supportability Training. This is Denise Saladay, and under Reporting, I'll cover the topic General, Scheduling, and Sharing. This release, the general modifications that we made under Reporting are for new installations. We moved the main reporting navigation menu to a different location. We're also now displaying a new delete confirmation message whenever the user is in the report designer grid and they delete a report design. And there are certain situations where a report viewer also had access to see the same report in report designer. We've changed that behavior this release, and going forward, any users that have the report viewer right will not automatically get a report designer right. You will have to add that right if the user needs to have it. And we introduced two new global security rights for the reports library, where users can view and delete all reports in the library. And under scheduling and sharing of reports, we are no longer automatically canceling any of your report schedules whenever you make changes to the report design file or publish it, change any filters, etc. We introduced a new capability where report schedules can be copied. And last, for scheduling reports, you can only share those reports with groups that are enabled for sharing. In my demonstration, I'll show you the new location of the main reporting navigation menu for new installations. Next, I'll show you the new delete confirmation we are displaying whenever a user deletes a report design file. And next, we'll take a look at the enhancements that we made to security rights for reporting. And under scheduling and improvements, I'll walk through an example of how report schedules are not automatically canceled. I'll show you how to copy report schedules. And last, we'll take a look at the changes we made when sharing scheduled reports with groups. For upgrading customers, the main reporting navigation menu will continue to remain in the same location between timesheets and transactions. For new installations, we moved this menu option up further in the main navigation menu. It now exists here between objectives and pages. In the Reports Designer grid, when users delete a report design, we're showing a new confirmation message. The behavior hasn't changed this release. We just wanted to notify the users that whenever they delete a report design, their schedules and associated report instances for that report in the library will also be deleted. Last release, whenever you had the report viewer right for view, and it could be either the global, the instance, or the OBS rights. Here we're looking at the global right. You were automatically assigned the report designer view right. After upgrade, there won't be any change to any existing users that you have that right assigned to. They'll still be able to view the report designer file. But for any new rights assignments for that viewer right, you'll have to, if you want your user to have report designer rights, you'll need to give them any of these specific report designer rights. To help administrators manage report content in the report library, we've introduced 2 new global security rights this release. The delete all right and the view all right. Report schedules will no longer be automatically canceled whenever changes are made in the report design. Notice here that I have an existing scheduled report for Operations Investment Summary, and it's active, and I even have a report instance for it in my library. So if I navigate over into Report Designer and I modify that report, let's say I want to put it in edit mode first, and then I will add a filter. Just for manager. And then I will save my report filters, and I'll publish this report. In last release, this would have canceled that report schedule. But if we navigate over into the report, you can see that it's still available here, and it was just published. And under scheduled reports, notice that the schedule is still intact and it's still in scheduled mode. And also the report library instance that we had for it still exists. So this will give users a chance to make changes, add filters, make any changes they want to their report design, even adding new tabs and things like that. And then the report schedules will continue to execute as scheduled. Now, if they make a change to the report that causes it to fail, all that'll happen is there'll be a failure note in the report log, and then they can just go into their report design and fix it, and their schedule will still be running and it'll still be active. Users will now have the capability to copy their report schedules, and they can do that either via the right-click copy action, or they'll have a new copy button. And they'll need additional security rights to have that operation. And it's this right here, reporting, report schedule, copy. Report schedules in any status can be copied, even canceled or completed ones. Demonstrate that here. I'll do a canceled one. You can see the copy button is still active. During the copy operation, everything within the schedule is copied except for the status. Any copied schedules will have a new status of paused. So if we copy this one, you can see what happens. I got a message that the copy is done and successful, and you can see that my new copy here, this one, has the pause state. So if I want to go into the schedule that was copied and change anything about it, let's say that I don't want to run it every day and I just want to run it these days, I can just make any changes that I want and save them. And then when I'm ready to activate this new copy, I can do so by clicking the resume button, and that will trigger this to the schedule status, and it will execute based on whatever schedule I have set up for this report copy. Beginning with this release, scheduled reports can only be shared with those groups where sharing is enabled. So if I navigate here, you can see the groups that I have, and I only have a list of 4 that I can select before all the groups appeared here. And that's determined in Classic under groups, and you can see here that I have these 4 that are enabled for sharing. Last release prior to this change, if I had any existing report schedules that were shared with groups that were not enabled for sharing, those reports schedules will still be shared and generated to those user groups. However, if the report scheduler were to go in and remove one of the groups that are not shared from the Share tab here in the report schedule, that same group will not appear back in to reselect them again to share with that group. And this concludes the supportability training for the topic General Scheduling and Sharing under Reporting. Thank you.